Boys, what up? You see what I see on my screen? You see what I see on my screen? This is the UFC 328 recap video. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Sean Strickland is the new UFC middleweight champion of the world, boys. Oh my goodness. It's like that's like watching my uncle win the belt. That's like, oh, y'all heard that? That's like watching my uncle win the belt. That's like, oh my goodness. Anyways, so Strickland comes into the fight, gets taken down the first round. We're all thinking, oh my goodness, it's done. It's not done. It's not done. Strickland survives the whole round, gets his back taken in the last like 15 seconds, fights off the rear naked, fights off the hands. Then the second round comes. Oh my goodness. It was like Christmas morning. The second round comes. Hamzat doesn't shoot the takedown. So they're just striking. Hamzat then shoots in like the 90-second mark into the round. Strickland just shucks him off. Hamzat like rolls to his back almost like he's ready to get finished. And then Sean Strickland, you never thought you would hear this ever. You hear Sean Strickland has 3 minutes of control time against Hamzat Chimaev in the second round. Sean Strickland wins the second round off of control time. You would never thought you would hear that. But anyways, third round comes, similar. Sean Strickland just pumping that jab on Hamzat, tearing up his face. If you saw the fight, you saw at the end, Strickland was a little bloodier, but Hamzat's face was torn up after that. And so Sean Strickland wins the third round, just jabbing. And then the fourth round, Hamzat wins. Hamzat's striking. You can see that Sean's a little more tired now, and Hamzat's getting his second wind. Hamzat gets a takedown, holds him down for a little while. Sean gets back up, gets another takedown. Hamzat's round. It's all good, right? Fifth round comes. Sean pumping that jab, defending takedowns, pumping that jab, defending takedowns. Hamzat takes him down a couple, like 2 more times, but Sean just gets right back up and then starts. And the people that are going to say that Hamzat won the fifth round, Hamzat was just hitting the arms in the shoulders of Strickland, or just straight up missing. And sure, all Strickland was doing was just throwing a jab or a 1-2, but at least they were landing. Hamzat was just like he would land like one right hand, and the commentary would go, "Oh!" I just hate the commentary, bro. That's why they need to hire me. But anyways, all that matters, Sean Strickland shocked the world and won. Look at these numbers too. 160 to 137. 9 out of 13 takedowns. So that's not even bad. 123 significant strikes to 98. Think about that. To 98, by the way. Yeah, but Sean Strickland is the new middleweight champion of the world, baby. I would love to see him fight Nasruddin Imavov next, because Imavov has definitely evolved from when they fought how many ever years ago. I think he's definitely evolved, and I think Sean would win, but I think it would be difficult. I think it would be a good challenge, but there's always the Joe Pyfer coming up. There's Dricus du Plessis. There's a storyline between the two of them. There could be a trilogy fight if he wins another fight. Maybe they do Dricus versus Nasruddin, and then give Strickland the winner of that, or they do Kyle Baralho versus Joe Pyfer, and then they give Drickus like Brendan Allen or no, Brendan Allen's fighting Anderson. I don't know. But all that matters, Sean Strickland has the belt, boys. Moving on to the co-main event of the evening. Hey, stay on that side, bruh. Stay on that side. Joshua Van. Hey, a black belt should know how to fall, bro. Black belt should know how to fall. Joshua Van TKOs Tatsuro Taira in the 5th round. My boy. Joshua Van, first round, very similar to what happened with Sean Strickland. Gets taken down and just gets held there. We're all biting our nails like, oh my goodness, no, Joshua Van, don't get submitted. But he didn't because he's the GOAT. And then second round, oh my goodness. Second round was an ass whooping. Joshua Van, the second round, it's kind of like, sorry, I was thinking wrong. The second round, it was kind of like just takedowns, defend the takedown, pump the jab, blah, blah, blah. 1-2, 1-2. Last 20 seconds, Joshua Van bombs a right hand and just almost like colds Tatsuro Taira. But he drops Taira and lands nasty ground and pound. Ping, ping, ping. Almost finishes Tatsuro Taira at the end of the second round. And then the third round was the ass whooping. The third round, Joshua Van just puts belt on Tatsuro Taira, starts piecing him up, and then when Tatsuro Taira shoots, he reverses the takedown, gets the back. Joshua Van, you never thought you would hear this either. Joshua Van gets the back of Tatsuro Taira and puts in like a nasty face crank. He gets under the neck, under the chin of Taira at some point, but none of those succeed. But he gets the back, gets more nasty ground and pound, knocks him down again, and then the round ends. Tatsuro Taira's got the crap beat out of him. Fourth round comes. It's a little scary. Tatsuro Taira's taking down Van, taking him down, holding him down, beating him up on the ground. Little concerning considering it's round 4 and he just got the crap beat out of him. But round 5 comes. Round 5. Look at that. Submission attempts. Joshua Van had more sub attempts than Tatsuro Taira. But anyways, two knockdowns too, by the way. Anyways, Joshua Van in the 5th round. Holy cow. That's like flow state. That's like, you know how Peter Yan downloads the data, flow state, whatever? Oh my lordy. Dude, Joshua Van he's putting 1-2, body, head, body, head, body. Beating up Tatsuro Taira against the cage. Teep kick, pushes him back to the fence. Bang, bang, bang. Lands a nasty right hand that like starts to get him almost running away. Lands a body shot, head. He goes down. The ref stops it. Oh my goodness. That was such a great fight to watch. That was a great fight to watch. I love Joshua Van, but great performance by Joshua Van, and honestly, huge respects to Tatsuro Taira for keeping the fight like that. He could have just laid on Joshua Van as much as he wanted, but he wanted to be a man and strike and like not just go the easy route. And props for all the heart that he displayed in that fight. It was amazing to watch, man. And for Joshua Van, I think Pantosia's obviously the next fight because he's going to be healed. No one else deserves it. Manel Cap and the big Gooch are booked. Horiguchi and Manel Cap is booked. Tatsuro Taira, I think he should fight. He's going to need to recover. He's definitely going to need to recover. I think he should fight Steve Erceg because Steve Erceg is coming off a win against Tim Elliott. And between the time that Tatsuro Taira is recovering and they would fight, I think Steve Erceg could get another fight in. And then he would deserve the Tatsuro Taira fight more. But again, we are not paper champs. We won the belt by TKO in the 5th round. Moving on. Hey, what it is, bro. Alexander Volkov wins by unanimous decision against Waldo Cortez Acosta. Again, people are also going to say this was a robbery. But, like, how? Look at that. 34 more strikes. They both didn't land a takedown. Then, like, 34 more significant strikes. Like, I don't know. Sure, Waldo, like, wobbled him in round 3. Waldo wobbled Volkov in round 3. But, like, the first 2 rounds were easily Volkov rounds. Because Volkov was hitting him more, maybe not harder, but he was hitting him more, and he was way more accurate. It was I don't understand how people could call this a robbery. You could see he wobbled Waldo with the leg kicks. He was wobbling him with the body shots, kind of, but the body kicks, the 1-2s, the jabs, like it was not a robbery, bro. What's next for Volkov? I think, and I know that people are going to disagree because why wait? That's like kind of a wiener thing to do, but I think he should wait for the title shot because I'll be honest, he beat Cyril Gane the last time out. Not last time out, but the last time he fought Cyril Gane, he beat him. He beat Sergey Pavlovich before that. He beat Tai Tuivasa before that. He beat Alexander Romanov. He's realistically on like a 7-fight win streak. Beat Gelton Almeida, beat Waldo Cortez Acosta, who lost to Sergey Pavlovich as well. So, and for Waldo, what's next? For Waldo, it's a little more difficult. I think Waldo should fight Josh Hokett if he beats who's he fighting? Derek Lewis. I think he should fight Josh Hokett if he beats Derek Lewis. And I think if Derek Lewis wins, for some odd reason, if he wins, I think Waldo should fight Taliesin Teixeira if he beats Pavlovich. But if not, give him actually scratch all that. Scratch all that. Give him Tyrell Fortune. Tyrell Fortune came in, dominated Marcin Tybura, which doesn't always happen, you know. Usually Marcin Tybura will beat him, but Tyrell Fortune came in, dominated Marcin Tybura. Give Waldo to Fortune and see what happens. Moving on, Sean Brady. Oh my goodness. What did I say, boys? What did I say? Look at Booby Boy. Look at Booby Boy. Anyways, Sean Brady wins by unanimous decision. 30-25. 30-25. That's insane. That is insane. That's awesome. Sean Brady dominates all 3 rounds easily. Just in the first round, Joaquin Buckley throws a knee. Sean Brady takes him down, gets into full guard, just beats the crap out of Buckley for the rest of the round. Where's the control time? Where's the control time? Where's the control time? How do I find the control time? I'm sorry, guys. I don't use the UFC website. I usually use like Tapology or something. Hello? Nope. Anyways, whatever. Doesn't matter. Sean Brady had like 11 or 12 minutes of control time in the whole fight. But anyways, second round comes. That first round, huge, dominant. We're all thinking, okay, this can't happen all 3 rounds, right? But guess what? It happens all 3 rounds. And then takes him down the second round. Beats even more crap out of him in half guard this time. You think he's going to get submitted with like a arm. I think it was did he threaten a arm triangle maybe? I think he threatened an arm triangle in the second round. Then the third round comes. What do you get? What do you know? He actually stood with Buckley for a little while. Like Buckley got up in the 3rd minute, maybe. He stood with Buckley for like the first minute, took him down, beat the crap out of him, And then Buckley got taken down in like the 4th minute after standing with him again. Then got held there and got little gay hammer fists for a minute, like milking cows. But point is, Sean Brady wins by dominant decision, most dominant win of his career, in my opinion. But Sean Brady with the comeback. And even, did the odds switch on here? No, Sean Brady's still the favorite. But anyways, what's next for Sean Brady? I think he should fight, and I don't even like this idea, but it's what he deserves. I think he should fight JDM. Just because, like, what else are you gonna do with him? You can't fight you can't fight him down. Usman's down. It's not worth it. I think he should fight JDM, and I think he's gonna lose to JDM, or I think JDM's gonna lose to Brady, but it's not what I want. It's what's best for the division. And Buckley, what's next for Buckley? I think he should fight. I think he should fight the loser of Bilal and Bonfim. Yeah. Either the loser of Bilal and Bonfim, or like, I've heard that D-Rod versus Leon Edwards is in the works. If Leon wins, we could do Buckley versus Leon. If D-Rod wins, we could do D-Rod versus Buckley. Just, little low to the ground things like that for Buckley to work back into. Moving on. Hey, King Green, man. We got to start calling him King Green. We can't call him Bobby anymore. But King Green wins by, I feel like no one picked King Green by submission. I wonder how much money that would have made. But King Green versus Jeremy Stephens. King Green strikes with him, bombs him like 3 times with some nasty right hands, pops him with the jab. He lands a pretty like nasty leg kick that, I don't want to say wobbles, but like made Jeremy Stephens aware of the leg kicks. And then I'm trying to remember, did Jeremy Stephens shoot, or no, Jeremy Stephens, was it a knockdown? No. Okay, never mind. Bobby Green, I'm sorry, Bobby. I'm sorry. King Green took him down. And then while he sat in like the full guard of Jeremy Stephens, and then Jeremy Stephens tried to get like a Kimura off, but Bobby Green like stepped through and got into side control. And then Jeremy Stephens rolled onto his back, or turned onto his back. Bobby Green hops on, starts going like for a face crank. And then Jeremy Stephens, like the idiot he is, gives up his neck. Bobby Green sinks in that rear naked, taps out Jeremy Stephens in the first round. Bobby Green, what is up? I'm very happy for him. He's really good. Like, I don't want to say that this is a resurgence, but I think he could get ranked again. I think he could beat a Michael Chandler with some skill, extra skill. I think he could beat, who else is there? I think he could beat a Beneil Dariush. Things like that. I think, no, I don't know about Moicano. But anyways, for what's next for King Green, I think King Green should fight Drew Dober. Who did he fight last? Zellhuber? Yeah, I think he should fight Drew Dober. And then if he beats Drew Dober, wait, low-key, he's on a 3-fight winning streak? No. I think King Green should fight, oh, he already fought Jalen Turner. I think King Green should fight Terrence McKinney next. Yeah, Terrence McKinney. Because if King Green can survive the first 2 minutes, King Green's going to win by literally whatever he wants. And then Jeremy Stephens, cut him, send him back to bare knuckle or boxing or dazing or whatever. I don't even know, bro. Send Jeremy Stephens back to whatever hole he crawled out of. All right, moving on. The prelims. RIP Ozzy Diaz, fly high. Fly high Ozzy Diaz. Anyways, I'm Atiba Gautier knocked him out in the second round. Ozzy Diaz looked good in that second round, or that first round. Like, sure, he didn't land that much, but he looked good. He looked all right. And Atiba Gautier, I think he can't cut anyone off for the life of him. I think if you said, we are going to blow up Africa if you can't cut off Jamal Hill from the cage, I think he cannot do that. Like, Atiba Gautier, he's just like, he's so stiff. He's so like, I think that power comes from holding still. Like, I don't think Atiba Gautier would have as much power if he was moving around, like light on his feet. I don't think that's happening. I think he has to plant that back foot with all his might just to land that hard right hand. But like, I don't think Atiba Gautier's, I think he'll be ranked. I don't think he's getting in the top 10. I think he's way overhyped. He's good. Very powerful. But what else? What else is he? Can he wrestle? Can he submit anyone? Can he not get submitted by someone like Hamzat? Well, Hamzat's going up to 205. But, you see what I'm saying? It's kind of concerning. But Atiba Gautier, beautiful knockout in round 2. Should have been round 1, but round 2. Next up, Joel Alvarez. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing, Joel? What are we doing, bro? Joel Alvarez versus Yaroslav Amosov. Amosov wins by second round submission, arm by an arm triangle, head and arm triangle. Yaroslav Amosov looked amazing. Like, I can't be mad at Joel Alvarez for the way he fought because Yaroslav Amosov looked so good. Like, I think Yaroslav Amosov could beat a Buckley, could beat a Medic, could beat a Leon. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's nasty. And his striking isn't that bad. Or isn't, like, it's not amazing. It's not beautiful. But, like, he could probably strike with a Kevin Holland or who else is up there? Mike Mallet. You know what I'm saying? He would destroy Mike Mallet. But anyways, first round, Joel Alvarez does exactly what I said. Sat on bottom because he's a jiu-jitsu guy and didn't want to try to get submitted getting up. So he was just looking for a submission on bottom, which he didn't get, by the way. And they were just fighting on the feet a little, blah, blah, whatever. Gets like slammed in the first round too. Second round comes around, 45 seconds in, gets like single leg slammed onto the ground. Like, so, like, bang! Into an arm triangle. Yaroslav Amosov gets his arm around the head under the arm, squeeze, tap, out. Joel Alvarez loses. What's next for Joel Alvarez? I think he should fight. Miktabek Oralby. Because Joel Alvarez is obviously right outside the rankings. And Miktabek Oralby just beat Chris Curtis and Jack Hermanson and Tafik Musayev, who's a cheater. I don't like Tafik Musayev. But he should fight Miktabek Oralby. Anyways, Yaroslav Amosov should fight. I think he should fight. Actually, screw all that stuff I said about Buckley. Let's make Amosov versus Buckley. Because Buckley's going to be like number 8, probably. Yaroslav, if what I checked this morning was right, Amosov's ranked 10 now. Let's do Buckley versus Amosov. Moving on. I was wrong about this, I think. I don't remember what I picked for this fight. But Anyways, we got Grant Dawson submitted Mateusz Ronbeski in the last 20 seconds of round 3. First round, late night last night. First round, Grant Dawson in the first 20 seconds lands a nasty head kick that cuts Mateusz Ronbeski. Kind of knocks him down, but wobbles him. Then Grant Dawson gets the takedown, holds him down, beats him up for the rest of the round. Then second round comes, Mateusz Ronbeski takes down Grant Dawson and reverses it, and then beats up Grant Dawson, and then they beat each other up on the ground. Second round, it's kind of boring. A lot of fence holding and stuff. Anyways, round 3, Grant Dawson is just beaten up on Mateusz Ronbeski. And then Grant Dawson gets knocked down. Sorry, I had to make sure I was right when I said that. Gets knocked down by Rebecki, and then reverses that position onto the back and subs Mateusz Ronbeski with a rear naked choke in the third round. Great fight. Very good fight. Very good performance from Grant Dawson. Fought through a lot of hardship. Grant Dawson, I think, should fight. Fares-Ziam and Tom Nolan are fighting. I was going to say Tom Nolan. I think Grant Dawson should fight. I don't know. I have no idea for Grant Dawson. Grant Dawson fight the loser of Fares-Ziam and Tom Nolan. Mateusz Ronbeski, who's a good... Oh, Grant Dawson, fight Chris Duncan. That would be a good fight. And Rebecki, I think Rebecki should fight Tafik Musayev. Right? I think that would be perfect. Mateusz Ronbeski versus Tafik Musayev. They're very similar in their spot. Jim Vanilla Miller. Jim Miller versus Jared Gordon. Jim Miller, huge underdog, pretty big underdog, 230 underdog. Beats Jared Gordon by guillotine in the first round. And this made me so mad. I was watching the Jim Miller fight at work. Sorry, boss people. I was watching the Jim Miller fight, and Jim Miller almost knocks down Jared Gordon in the first round. And DC is talking about how New Jersey needs to change their rules, and I got a text message. Watch the fights or fire him and hire me. Anyways, Jim Miller lands a nasty, I don't know if it was a right hand or a hook, left hook, something like that. But stumbles Jared Gordon up against the fence, starts laying it on him, and then Jared Gordon starts putting it on him. Jim Miller gets taken down, gets back up. There's during that takedown, there's a body kick or a low body kick that goes to the cup to Jared Gordon. And then they reset after a minute and a half because Jared Gordon's a baby. And then Jared Gordon takes down Jim Miller, but stuffs his head into a guillotine. And then obviously that's what Jim Miller is best at. And then subs Jared Gordon. Very, very, very good performance from Jim Miller. I'm very happy to see him when he fights at UFC 400. I don't know, dude. He's 41, 42. He should not be fighting at UFC 400. He's going to be 50. But anyways, congrats to Jim Miller. Very good performance. I'm happy to see it from him. Moving on. I'm not going to lie to you. I was at work. I did not watch these fights. I watched, I heard about Roman Kopylov versus Marco Tulio. Marco Tulio did a great job in the first round. Second round, Roman Kopylov brings it back to him, knocks him down, 2 or 3 times, I think. And then third round, just beats him up some more. Great win from Roman Kopylov, I heard. Give him Edmund Shabazian if he loses to Brendan Allen. Pat Sabatini versus William Gomez. I heard that all Pat Sabatini did was hold William Gomez against the fence. Not a fan, but great win from Pat Sabatini. William Gomez, try harder, bro. Bisanger Susarkaya, round three. Round three, bro. You were supposed to like knock him out in the first round. Anyways, puts Jordan Santos out cold. Puts Jordan Santos out cold in the third round with a rear naked choke. Yeah, man, like give him a challenge, bro. He's 12-0. Give him a challenge. Clayton Carpenter versus Jose Ochoa. That was a good performance from Jose Ochoa. Just beat up Clayton Carpenter for 3 rounds. But anyways, great card. One more thing I want to talk about real quick. One more thing. Check this out. One more thing I want to talk about. Look at that number. Look at that number right there. Oh, look at that number right there. 7, 8 technically. He beat the number 3 pound for pound rank. He should be at least number 5. Cause that's just crazy to me. That's absolutely insane that Sean Strickland, as a plus 600 underdog, beats the crap out of the number 3 ranked pound for pound guy as a plus 600 underdog and gets put number 8 pound for pound. I also think that Joshua Van should move higher. Merab's not a champion. Don't get me wrong, Merab has great wins. Merab lost to Peter Yan dominantly. He should be below Sean Strickland, who's a champion. He should be below Joshua Van, who's a champion. Merab should be just above Hamzat and Pantoja. Drickus shouldn't even be on there. I take that back. Drickus should. If Chimaev is, Drickus is. But like Armin, okay, I take that back. Armin deserves the number 15. No higher than that. But like Peter Yan beat Marcus McGee to earn his title shot. That's unacceptable. Tom Aspinall has beat, the only good wins he has is Curtis Blades and Alexander Volkov. Other than that, they're all cans. Tom Aspinall should be below Strickland. Merab should be below Strickland. Peter Yan should be 1 spot above Strickland, not 5 or 4. And then above that, I think 1 through 4 is the only correct part of this list. And I think Pantoja should be above Chimaev because flyweight's a lot harder. And I'm sorry, I just had to rage out about that. That makes me mad. And then where's welterweight? Shout out Yaroslav Amosov. Yeah, number 10. Look at that right there. Perfect. 9 and 10 ranked. They should fight each other. That's perfect. And boys, thank you for watching the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all that. I'll be back. Okay, the interview is delayed. Don't worry, but I've got something working. It's coming. It'll be here eventually. It's coming. And stay tuned for another one coming, another interview, not with Gavin Hughes. Shout out Gavin Hughes MMA. Great guy. Huge respects to him for taking this interview with me. And I've got some big stuff coming, boys. Stay tuned. I'll update you soon. Stay safe. Be smart. Make good choices. Peace out.